the Dragons on that angle over the course of the day. Jack Payne pumps it up, looking for Patrick Herbert. Was taken nicely by Kanoa Gudgeon. He scored a double last week. And he'll just look for the big boys, the fringe runners all afternoon. That was Letty Gunga. Dufty plays it short and beautifully. And Paddy Herbert.
Happy.
He opens the try scoring. That is a belter for the Dragons to begin with. And Dufty, who has scored 23 tries this year, 55 in the NYC. We're used to seeing him across the line, but the hands from the inside, just beautiful.
He made it look so easy, didn't he? But it's that speed that just got him into that position to create a 3-on-2, and then he just laid up the easiest and simplest of passes to their captain, Patrick Herbert, on the outside. But look at this, just the speed, just enough to get on the outside and puts a short ball on to Patrick Herbert, who we're used to seeing on the right-hand side of the field. He's had a bit of a positional shift, not his favoured side, but he needs to do it for the current squad at the moment, giving an opportunity for Isaac Thompson on that right. But he shifts to the left-hand side, and what a way to start. Great little ball by Dufty. Herbert gets the first 4-pointer.
I'm a fan of this young fella, as I am many in this Dragons outfit. And I said in the pre-game, I think this is a footy side that can seriously challenge over the next couple of weeks. In all likelihood, they'll play the Cowboys in week 1 of the finals, which should be the game of the round.
Yeah, it'll be a huge battle. And just think, though, this Dragons side get the opportunity to get Luciano Leilua back into it too. How damaging he's been on the left-hand side.
Jacob Host is a name I'll toss up to you as well.
What about that? If they get those two players back, watch out.
Jay Field. And pushed out to the left-hand side for Jay. 19 this coming week. Scored 12 tries, 69 goals so far this year, and can't add to that try scoring or point scoring tally. There's the try scorer, Patrick Herbert. So early try for the Dragons in a game we're expecting plenty of points. Enjoying as they communicate loudly to this left-hand side, but the kick didn't quite have the depth. Very nice work through Payne. Out to Patrick Herbert, the try scorer. Tries and has a look at flicking it back on the inside to Peora Kemp. But out he goes, and it's a Newcastle scrum feed, ultimately possession. Once again, the Dragons don't get to the end of their set.
Yeah, they've gone, 70-odd metres down the end of the field there and bundled in a touch. It's
conservative set from the Dragons. Probably what they need as they go to the left boot of Jack Payne. It's up for Gudgeon. Taken by the Dragons. Oh, yes! Magnificent! Jay Field on the end of some Red V magic. A hint of luck as well. How do you explain that to someone that's not watching? The answer is you couldn't. They wouldn't believe you.
Well, you spoke about that conservative set. They just got into a reasonable field position. They launched the ball, used the breeze. Their skipper, Patrick Herbert, races through. Remarkable catch. Somehow gets the football away. And Jay Field, like all good halves, backing up through the centre. He finds himself in some space. What about this? The old Hail Mary up and over the shoulder. The tap forward to control the football and beside the post. That is a remarkable try.
Look at this from Herbert. Off balance, under pressure, tosses a ball up that Paul Hoff would have had to jump for. And poor little Jay Field, he's not the size of Paul Hoff, he's more Alan Langer. He launched into the air, stuck at Dufty. Oh, I thought that may well have been a knock-on from the Newcastle Knights. I think the St George Illawarra Dragons actually thought that as well.
Some good defence, though.
Yes.
No starts. You ready, Drew? Okay,
Maybe a kick at some stage would have been ideal. I guess it's difficult to kick forward when you're travelling across the field. There's some strong defence. Once again, they go to their halfback. Now out to Matt Duffy. Duffy accelerates through the line, spins it back. Ball is still alive. This is beautiful from the Dragons. And Kemp collects a genuine hat-trick.
And it's a hat-trick for number 5, Colby Kemp.
Oh, we spoke to Todd Lowry, the Newcastle coach, on camera prior to the game. And we asked, what concerns you about the Dragons? He said, their individual brilliance and their ability to score amazing individual tries. There is your example.
It's almost something out of absolutely nothing. A simple play to that left-hand side. He puts the foot down there. Duffy gets the ball out the back. Gallagher had some work to do. He got a nice ball out to Herbert. And Kemp, well, he goes over for number 3. That was probably the easiest one of his morning so far, but 3 tries all in this second half. But see, in their own half there, the Newcastle Knights have spent the majority pegged down in their own end.
I don't think the Knights are out of this, despite the scoreline at 26 points to 10. Jerd, back to Robson they go, and on to Payne, out the back to Jay Field. Once again, it's Duffy. Now Herbert beats one on his way to the line. He gets it down. Oh, it's awarded. There was a delay. And the Dragons players, their hearts skipped a beat, but it's good. And there is a great indication of the will and the power of the St George Illawarra Dragons.
Yeah, they came over to the left, and Luciano, he actually used him as a decoy. I think that's great coaching from Matt Head, because a lot of the opposition be expecting him to get the ball. So went across the other side, and Herbert, been ever present the whole year, was a really strike centre, scored a lot of tries. And Duffy, he catches the ball on the out all the time as well. That's a really good centre's try, nice and strong. And as all good centres know how to do, get that ball down.
Yeah, it's just a basic missed tackle there. The Cowboys had the numbers, but it's a miss from Salim there, but plenty of work to do here, but he's done a great job. He's had a great start to the half, plenty of touches, getting into dummy half, really leading this team, and that's a great try to get them back and settle the nerves.
The big fella, Patrick Herbert, has scored now in 5 straight games, along with Isaac Thompson, Peora Kemp, Matheson Johns, Ruben Garrick, who's out with after undergoing an operation for a medial tear. Geez, they've been good this year. Started the season slowly. They won, I think, just one of their first 5. They've come back well. 1 from 6 last week against the Knights. Jay Field. A horrible win didn't help the goal kickers at all at Cogra, and this is perfect. We are 6 apiece after 9 minutes. I guess you could make quite an argument for that man, Patrick Herbert, being unlucky not to be in the Holden Cup team of the year. The 2 centres were Robert Jennings and Nick Kotrick.
Yeah, they're 2 pretty good centres. I think Brent's the man that should be commenting on that. Kotrick, everyone knows what he's possessed.
Oh, going to the outside. Salim thought about getting the ball free to Marcus Jensen. Decided against it. Halfback taken with the ball here. At the moment, good quick play the ball from St George Illawarra. This is Herbert. Bounces out of a couple. A big, powerful man with a really good more room. Last tackle now. Low percentage players this side of the field. Low percentage or not, it's a points play because the Dragons are in. Patrick Herbert with his second.
Well, absolutely no room to move down the short side. Patrick Herbert hits a wonderful angle coming back against the grain, finds a little hole, and like he's done all night, just found the line under really difficult. So great step there, still plenty to do, and finds a try line and gets his team well back into this match off a play that really had nothing doing down the sideline.
Hey, Tatey, how good is it to see a centre just hitting a hole and direct? A lot of centres like to get the ball these days. You could talk a little bit more about this on their terms and trying to skip around their centre man. But if you actually hit a nice inside shoulder and a real direct line like that, geez, it poses a threat.
You're right, Denny. I think when you play centre, the first inkling is to get the ball on the outside and try and beat your opponent with your speed. But not Herbert tonight. He's wanted to take that tough carry, especially in these conditions when you're running back into a hole, running back into players. He's certainly a great captain's knock here tonight and got his...
Where they've been successful. They come again and wide it's on. Bambling, ridden to the ground. Last tackle. You'll want him in the middle each time. Heading out to Herbert, who's already scored 2. Tosses it back. Still alive here. Tudor Edwards sights the line and drops from behind. The Dragons try, makes it 30 all. And they're going to back their defence here. Oh! The Cowboys!
Go through, mate. Yeah, mate.
What a sin!
Denny, you called it. You said there's another twist or turn in this game, and the Cowboys, they don't catch it on the full off the kickoff.
You always go for the unexpected in our game, and the Cowboys thought he wanted to go short, but he's kicked it long and skinned them there. So
the first kick of the game did that, and perhaps the last kick of the game.